Hey guys, it's Carol and thank you for stopping by for a stitching update. I'm back after only a week and I have gotten a lot done. I'm really excited about this because ever since I got the have to get done projects, I have felt like cross-stitching, but moreover, with the new year, I don't want to say resolutions because I don't like to do resolutions. I'm very bad at them. But I have been prioritizing getting stitching time each and every day, and I've gotten, like I said, a ton done. I'm so excited. So anyway, I'm going to show you my whips, and then afterwards I'm going to talk about my plans for 2025 because I really have all this time spent cross-stitching. I have been thinking about what I want to do, where do I want to go with my stitching this year, and how to learn from previous years when I've sat here and told you this is what I'm going to do this year and then proceeded to not do it. But I'm thinking I actually have some, I won't say like set in stone plans, but some pretty good, like, this is how I'm going to try this year and see if it works for me. First up is my pretty new start. I began it at the end of December, and that is Modern Folk Embroideries No Time Like the Present. This was the stitch along for last year, and obviously I didn't start until the end of December. That's fine. Here's where I was last time. And this is where I'm at. As you can see, I've actually been making a point of like working on this pretty much every single day. So this is going to be my daily 30 piece for this year. I saw a concept of daily 30 stitching on someone's Flosstube. Actually, I've seen it on several people, so I don't even know who to credit with this, and that bothers me a little bit because I do, like, if someone came up with a great idea, I want to credit them. In the daily 30, it's just like it's a catchy name, so it's not mine, but the idea is that you have a project you work on for 30 minutes a day, every single day, and that little bit every single day is gonna get you to the end. Well, this is my third Modern Folk Embroidery stitch along that's supposed to take start in a year, finish in a year, and the other two, well, I started them in 2022, it is January 2025, so obviously haven't been doing so great with that. This is a slightly smaller piece compared to those, a little less stitching, and instead of being broken into like 12 sections and they were like page-like, these are broken into 10. It's supposed to be done in October, and they're strips the entire width of the project. So you're basically doing 10% down all the way to the end. I really love that. I even looked at how many stitches are involved, and so far I've really only looked at the January section, but they're the same size. So I'm like, okay, this works out fine. Looking at the January, how much do I need to get done every single day? And then realized, okay, there's actually room. I don't have to worry about stitching on weekends on this. This is the piece for when my husband is driving to work. We talk on his commute. It's about 30 minutes. So, and if it's the day that it happens to be short for whatever reason, 2 to 3 lengths of floss. So that's kind of been my vision. And honestly, I'm really pleased with where I am right now. So in working on this every single day, my goal is basically if the way they're actually in these chunks across, they're divided into 3. So my idea would be to try to like track along, like getting the first section done in a week, second and next week. And then you have like a week at the end of the month to like, oh man, I'm behind, or because I don't know how this is going to go. Brand new, but I mean, stylistically, it's very similar to Fruit of Plenty. So that, at least, I feel like I understand this. I've really found, like, in working, like, stuff like this border has been almost, once you memorize it, it's really easy, just tracks right along. I am doing this on a 36 count creme brulee linen, and I'm doing this with 1 strand over 2. 36 is kind of like my weird, sometimes I like it with the fuller coverage of 2 over 2. Sometimes I prefer the 1 over 2. At 1 over 2, I definitely think I prefer 40 count over 36. But this is a hand dyed, so I think it's a hand dye. It's dyed. I haven't counted it out. I'm going to say it's somewhere probably between 36 and a 38. It feels a little smaller than some of my like straight 36. Like if I have just plain white, this Weigart feels a little bigger than this. Not by much, but a little bit. But it's definitely bigger than like a 40 count. So fine. I am doing this with DMC. It is $8.44 for the darker color, and then this slightly lighter color is $6.45. I really love the effect that it creates together, so I'm happy with that. And with 1 roughly a week into this project and only a couple of days of commuting, I'm at 1%. So this is good. Okay, honestly, I was expecting to be more behind by this point already because that's just been my experience with this kind of thing before, so I'm really happy about that. Next up is one of my smallest pieces, and it's been hanging around for a while. This is Heartstring Samplery, Be That My Vision, and here's what it was last time. And this is my progress. Now, I only spent a single day on this. This was yesterday, and this entire flower got done. So, which is funny to me. It took me like 4 episodes of the Fallout TV show last year to get this one done, and I do this one in a day. There is a lesson in there for me about how well do I do when I'm actually splitting my attention between looking at something else and watching my cross stitch. Like this one I was doing, I was listening to music. It was great because I wasn't paying much attention to what I was listening to, but it had something to occupy my mind. I don't know. Doing really fast. The really nice part is that this one is the halfway point is like right here. So function, I'm halfway done with this. I think I'd said that before, but that's because I was thinking it was up here. No, the halfway is here. It's 2 pages covers the chart. Entire page 1 is done. I just have to do the rest of the words, and then there's a flower down here. I was like, I didn't spend that much time on it. This one, with only a little bit of dedicated stitching time, is done. Now, you'll note, I don't really have a lot of small projects. In part, it's not just because I'm not drawn to smalls. I mean, some of them yes, some of them no. I think the problem is, on bigger projects, the amount of time it takes me to get through them feels right. These, I started this one in late 2022. There is no reason for this one to still be around. It's small. It's not meant to be a long stitch, and yet it's still here. Years later. This is one of those that I am in fact planning on getting done this year because there is no reason for it to be hanging around. It's really cute. I would love to have it in a frame, and honestly I have so this is on a remnant. I guess I should say. This is a 40 count stars hollow blend, and I'm doing it 1/2 using the DMC conversion that came with the pattern, and I have 2 other remnants and 2 other of these are the Heartstring Samplery Sunday Stitches. I believe you can get them all in one book now. So I believe the book is on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list. But I think I have pretty much all the ones that I actually want to stitch out of it, so I don't know that I'm going to buy the book. But anyway, I have 3 patterns for hymns. I just started with my favorite. So it's still if I can get this one done, I can start the next one. It's they're really cute. I love them. And I would like to be able to have them as a group somewhere. But I have to get them done. So this, like I said, just as a side, this is going to be one of my focus pieces for the year. I say focus because this one should not take that long. Really, really hope that this is gone by sometime this spring, 1 or 2 videos from now, and it's and I'm done. That would be, well, not videos, but from times that I actually stitch it. You should see it updated 2 more times. I think that makes sense. I'm not doing that great explaining myself today. Sorry about that. Continuing with the idea of focusing on finishes, Mirabilia Designs Winter Queen. Here's where she was last time. And this is my progress. So, considering how much I had done for my last update, I did not touch this one almost at all. I have allowed that I want this to get done. This is my primary focus piece. It's really close. I'd love to be done. I really need to get back up, work on some of this beading. But in the meantime, work down here. So the edging of this cloak and this part right here. So this is not a huge amount, but it's pretty necessary because I'm kind of trying to go back this direction. I'm happy with what I did. I know that it wasn't a tremendous amount. What happened is I had her in the hoop. I am primarily a hoop stitcher, particularly with linens. And picked up all my stuff, and I just wasn't feeling it, at all. So, I was okay, I'm gonna do just this gray right here. It is DMC 762. I have been pushing off even messing with it for a while, but I was okay, if I do this one, then I can come over here and do this. I didn't get to this part, but I did finish up the 762 that's over here. It's okay, gonna do the little thing and call that a win. It's what I hadn't wanted to stitch anyway, so I made it happen. I like this right here. This edge is, it's, I don't know, it looks really good. This is actually gonna be, I can finish the back stitching along this side. So I'm happy with where that is, but I recognize that one of the things that I have been struggling with, honestly, for months was having the projects, my stockings, that needed to get done and treating them like an assignment. I'm not in school. There's no due dates. There's not a due date on this. I just would like to get it done so that I can frame it and the other 3 seasonal queens, because I plan on doing them like completely identically. They're identical fabrics. Like, I want them to be all the same size. But I was like, okay, I don't have to, if I try to force myself to work on it when I'm really not feeling it, then I don't work on anything. So I was smart. I did really, I think this was like in total 3, maybe 4 lengths of floss, and put it down and said, I will deal with you again next week. And so she's actually on my plan for today, and I'm really excited to pick her up. Like, that's, I think the really helpful part is not trying to treat my projects as punishments. Besides, she's coming along really nicely. She is at, the way I'm doing my counting, 61%, but that's because a lot of this, there's like one-off beads all over the place. Okay, so lots of beads up here. Tons and tons of beads. But there's like lots of one-off beads down here and here, like along this, the edge of the cloak, that are making it so that how I'm tracking it, it doesn't count as finished, because I just do it as the 100 by 100 grids. 100 by 100, they're 10 by 10s, the 100 squares. Anyway, so she's coming along pretty nicely, and a lot of, I mean, all of this stuff along here at the edge is I have a bunch of squares that are close, but not quite. So, I don't know, I'm hoping that next week I'm really feeling the pull for beading. Like, really feeling the pull for beading. So I'm hoping that all of this will be done, and like everything above her sleeve would be like my I'm winning scenario. But like I said, that moment when I'm like, oh, I don't want to, gonna put her down, because again, gonna work on her a lot. She's gonna get done, but there's no need to punish myself with it. I didn't feel like I could spend as much time with Mirabilia Designs Royal Holiday over Christmas, so I picked her back up for New Year's, and I'm really happy with my progress. This is where she was last time. And this is today. So the big thing for me was I decided I was tired of her arms not really holding anything. They just were terminating in a very vertical line. And I was like, you know, I think I'm ready to have a little bit more methodicalness to working on this. So I'm basically trying to, like, this is actually complete all the way over here. So I wanted to try to I'm trying to fill this area across first. I do need to do her head, but I have to figure out where I put that floss down. It's around here somewhere, because it's pretty much the same colors that most of these Mirabilia use, but instead of me worrying about that, I was like, okay, I have the greens that are sitting in the project bag, gonna go ahead and get started. And the other part is that because I'd started working a little bit more on, so there's ribbon here and a ribbon here, the same ribbon colors are right here, so I thought that would be just a really good idea for, I don't know, just feeling like I was getting somewhere with this. Really, really lovely. It's, I don't know, I'm really happy. Also did the cryonic that's through here, so this is, I don't know, the dress is looking a little more filled in, a little more intentional, if you will. And so I'm at 12% done for my counting. Yeah, 12% sounds right. This is, and I'm trying to also, as part of the being methodical, is remembering to tell you guys how far along I am on these and what I haven't stitched on. So this is a 32 count light mocha linen, and I'm using all of the called for DMC's cryonic whisper and the beads, because there's no little beads. I always do the beading at the end, because again, I do this in a hoop, so I do all the rest of it, then bead once I can kind of get clear of it. You'll notice in some of these where, like, you'll see, like, if I had her head done, I can necessarily do the beads at the top because it would interfere with my ability to use a hoop down here. That's just like how I do it. I I won't say that there's a right or wrong way. This is just what works for me. So yeah, it was really fun. I don't know that I'm going to pull her out again anytime soon, but I really feel like I got what I was looking for with stitching the Christmas Queen during the Christmas time. Smart thing that I am doing. I had started this December of 2023. This is the Dimensions Gold Collection, Holy Night Stocking. This is supposed to be my Christmas stocking, and here's where it was last time. Here's where it is now. You'll note I have not done a ton of work, but this cow, the back is now done, the top of the head, and filling in down here to baby Jesus is here. So this is the straw that's at the edge of the manger. I do want to get this one done for this year. So that means is that I'm going to work on it now, and I'm going to try to work on this continuously until I get it done. But my goal is this year, but this is one that if I do not get it done this year, I will not be upset with myself. I have a perfectly good stocking, so it doesn't have my name on it, but at least it's the only one that ever has Reese's cups in it, so at least I can. The big problem is always trying to differentiate the kids' stockings, not so much mine and my husband's, but yeah, so this one, when it gets done, it'll be fantastic, but again, it's not one of these. I am not going to be pushing this one to the point where I don't want to cross stitch. So I did learn something, like I can set a deadline, but realistically, one of the problems with me setting deadlines is I have a tendency to put things off until right up against the deadline. I was like this when I was a kid. I did this in college. Like, this is how I work. It's not great. It's completely like when I'm not managing my ADHD, to be honest. Self-driven anxiety, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of, academic thought behind it. But anyway, the real point is I'm going to work on just this one slowly but surely, pick it up at least a couple times a month. And hopefully it'll be somewhat stocking-like by the end of the year. But again, if I don't, that's okay too. For New Year's Eve, I felt like having a new start. So after I got done filming last video, I was like, I need a new one. So the Primitive Hare, Betsy Ross flag. And this one is, I am modifying. I don't really love these spools of thread along the side. I just really didn't feel like writing out Betsy Ross flag. So it is going to be the actual flag, or person, the flowers, and America at the bottom. So I am cropping this a little bit. I hope I'm not going to mess up the proportions too badly, but the way I'm looking at it on the chart, it seems pretty good. Here it is, my teeny tiny starts. This is on a 30 count printed Constitution linen from the Primitive Hare. Looking on her website, I guess this is originally done up for doing Lady the Flag, whatever. Anyway, it's really cute. The other thing is, for whatever reason, I have a little bit of pink up here. I don't know, whatever. This is actually out of, I think there's a Martha Washington kit. I wanted this little cut and this pattern. I probably should have just bought the cut of, but whatever. I wanted it that day. I even bought it uses Journal Arts. I was going to start it, and that was in August. Started on December 31st. Yeah, intentions. This is one of these I also am trying to be more mindful about, maybe not just shopping for the sake of shopping, and being a little more planning on what I'm going to do. But anyway, so this is my start. Working on the flowers. Figure I'm going to finish up this top above the vase right here, and then go ahead, do the flag. The only thing that I'm not really a fan of is that this chart uses colored backstitch lines that are very hard to read. I don't know if it would be if it's an issue if you had this as the PDF, but it's really cute, but I'm kind of doing is that color, and I'm not going to show you, but it's because of the symbols chosen just seem to be a little dense, and the differentiation is not that great on these colors. So I really can't tell the difference between there's a purple and a dark red. Well, the dark red, when you put it on top of the black symbols, doesn't stick out, and doesn't stick out next to the blue. I think it's supposed to be the purple one. I don't know. It shouldn't be this hard for me to guess. So I don't know. Really cute. This one should be a pretty quick stitch as well. It's not much bigger than Be Thou My Vision, so I say that, and so I said it should be a quick stitch. Watch me drag this out for 3 years. Oh, I hope not. I think this is cute. And honestly, I am kind of on an Americana kick right now, so I really, this is like my kickoff for doing, celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, since it's the whole 1776. I actually love doing the, what do you pick as the birthday of your country? I mean, July 4th, 1776 works because you just have to pick a day, but one could argue many days. But anyway, so since that's next July, 18 months from now, I'm kind of hoping to knock out like a whole bunch of these like cute little, I don't know, like I said, Americana style. So this might be the first, but it won't be the last. Although I don't know if I would pick this particular, and also it's really funny as I'm a Constitution. The Constitution wasn't ratified till 1788, so it doesn't even match. Don't think too hard on any of this. Okay, that's right. And then my last piece, yes, I had 7 pieces done or working on, and say done. I don't have anything done this week, but 7 projects that I touched this in the last 7 days. I'm feeling really pretty happy with myself. This is Heaven and Earth Designs mini interior of Tintern Abbey. Here's where I was last time. This is today. So I had originally said for last year that I wanted to get this entire page done before Thanksgiving because I had started this project on Thanksgiving 2022, finished this first page for Thanksgiving 2023, so I wanted to get this page for Thanksgiving 2024. Obviously, didn't happen. Like, not even close. It was not on my radar of things to work on. I think I had last picked this up sometime in October, and I'm in the sky. The problem is I really don't enjoy much stitching the sky. It looks beautiful, looks absolutely gorgeous. I love this cloud right here, and it is just, I'm ready to be down in the building, the building ruins down here, a little less sky. I'm actually pretty close to that because this whole thing, the sky is only for another, basically a single block down through here. Not that bad, but it's something that I need to do. Haven't gotten there. It's okay. But yeah, this one I got more of this row done, and so I think I kind of just doing a rough count. Looks like I put in about 300 stitches, maybe 400. I'm again happy with the progress. Is one of my full coverages it's easiest to work on. So I like to do my full coverage on an 18 count, 2/1. Loop start, it's the only thing I do a loop start for. I have crazy rules, I won't do a loop start on anything else that's not Ada, and I really only do it for these full coverages because that's about all I do on Ada. Sure. But anyway, hopefully you'll see more of this over the course of the year. And so with that, I do want to spend some time talking about my 2025 plans. I mentioned that I've sat here previous years, I've told you, this is what I'm going to get done this year, and then I proceed to get some of it done, change it up, whatever. The things that I'm going to pick now in January to work on are not necessarily what's going to be the things that move me when it's August. I do have to leave myself room to new things come out that just I want. I don't know what's going to come out at market this year. Not that I really pay much attention to market releases, to be kind of honest, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a thing. I may have seen the Modern Folk Embroidery 2025 stitch along, and I need it in my life. I haven't ordered it because I'm behind. I'm behind on a lot of things. So, what I'm saying is that I'm trying to leave myself room, but I also have a bunch of stuff that I really, really want to start. I mentioned last video, I have kind of a bit of starteritis. It's true. I have gotten at least a decent number of finishes. I was really happy with 6 finishes last year. But this year, I'm going to try to do better. I went through, made a list in preparation from doing a whip parade next week, but when I was grouping all of my whips, kind of just start, putting together what I was looking at, and I decided to put the start dates next to them. And I have, one start from 2017, one start from 2018, one start from 2019, one from 2020 still hanging around. And okay, the 2017, it's my full-size hate, it's like never going to get done, so I don't care. That one I'm not too worried about. But like the others that we're talking about, I mean, for them 2018, 2019, 2020, they don't still need to be around. They're not they're not monster projects. They're the sort of thing that if I would just dedicate some time, they would get done. I'm not even talking about a lot of time. That's like, for me, I think the infuriating part is I know that they're easy to do, and the fact that I haven't done them almost annoys me when I look at it, and then I won't sit down and do them. I don't know, maybe to punish myself. I have no idea. Anyway, so in addition to the daily 30, I'm really trying to find another hour each day to cross stitch. I know that there are days that that's not going to hold up. Things are going to be busy, going to be traveling, whatever. And then there's days when I have hours because it's, raining outside and I can't go do anything else and the housework is already, like, it's one of those, I'm basically saying is I'm trying to make more of a impact this year of choosing my time wisely. Part of it is I had made an effort to notice how much time I had spending on the internet. I know I'm not the only one with this problem, so, surely you can understand, but that time, like, it adds up. The scrolling that you tell yourself, it's going to be 5 minutes. And that's the thing. When I tell myself I'm just going to scroll, it's going to be only 5 minutes. It's never 5 minutes. Even if I set a timer, it's never 5 minutes because I'm always annoyed, like, well, I'm not done yet. I just need 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes is 10 more minutes. And that 5 minutes that I thought was only going to be 5 minutes, if I don't have a timer, let's just say I'm like, it's easily a half hour. Like, go on. That's a half hour of my life spent scrolling, looking at other people's things. Like, some of it's memes, some of it's lame news that nobody cares about 3 days later. I mean, it's that sort of thing. And so I'm trying to basically take that back. Really working on living a more analog day-to-day existence. And part of that is my cross stitch. I don't like my PDFs. I print out. I don't use Pattern Keeper. I have it on my phone, and my phone's not that big of a screen. And honestly, I just really don't like looking at screens. I'm perfectly happy with piece of paper and highlighter. But part of it, again, it's me choosing to be more analog. So I'm all of a sudden, though, by doing that, finding some time. There's more stuff getting done around my house, and I'm getting more cross stitch done. Like, I'm really kind of impressed. Hopefully I can hold on to this because this is about creating good new habits and not so much, it's not like a resolution. This is me just I'd already been working on this in December and trying, sometimes making it, sometimes not, but do what we can. But the other thing is I started identifying, hey, there's stuff that I want to get done, but also what are the things that I want to start? Because I have a shopping problem. I buy craft supplies like it's my job some days, and then I'll not buy anything for months and months and months, basically because I overbuy. It's fine, it's a cycle, I know I do it. I have these really cool patterns hanging around, and I really want to start them. So this is kind of a, like, hey, an intentional, like, I can't start things that I have no room to store. I have 2 open project bags right now. So that's pretty helpful. And what I'm going to show you is just these are ideas. These are the ones that I definitely want to start this year. If I don't open up the project bags by failing to complete other projects, then okay, I'm not going to get to everything, but this is kind of what I have in mind. So Little House Needleworks has 13 colonies. I liked this pattern so much I bought it twice. I gave my second copy to my sister because she is quite the history buff. That's what her master's is in. So she thought this was cute. So I am hoping to do this one after I get the Betsy Ross flag done. But like I said, it's Americana. This is what I'm feeling right now. Back in 2018, I think it's 2018 into 2019 because I don't remember the release schedule on this. I have all 12 of Cottage Garden Samplings, the Songbird series, and Songbird's Garden series. Excuse me. Anyway, so I've had this one for, almost 7 years now. I would really like to do it. All the ones I've ever seen stitched up, they're just absolutely gorgeous. But I will also tell you, this is not a small design. It is I think it's on here, 159 by 159. So it's, smaller than like tapestry, but it's still not like small. So, but I would like to be able to get to this one. I do have I said I have an open project bag right now. What I don't have is a cut of linen that is the right size for this, but this is Barbara Batts's crate labels and seed packets. This is a booklet from 2001. Tracked it down during COVID because I had some of these patterns. I have the Best of the Cooler Design Studio. It's a leisure arts book. I think it's out of print now, but at the time I got it from, I guess I got it from AC Moore. Rest in peace. That was a great craft store. I hate that craft stores go out of business and get mismanaged, but anyway, neither here nor there. And it had like, I think it had carrots. It had like one of these designs in there. Anyway, so I found that I was like, oh, there's more. And you can get a bunch of these as onesies from the Cooler Design Studio website. But it was when I figured out that there was this booklet. And this is out of print, but I tracked it down. Abe Books. Couldn't find it on Amazon, but found it on Abe Books. But anyway, so I want to do lemons is the one that just, I love lemons. I love everything lemon. Like, citrus is great, but like lemon cake, lemon bars, lemon. Yes, so this is the one that as soon as I source the fabric, I didn't even think I have most of the DMC around. So, and this one's, it's not big. It is 90 wide by 82 high. So it's really, this would be a great, like, it's a small project, but it is definitely a project that's very densely done. Lots of the 90s style backstitching. So, I mean, I don't know, I said it was from like 2001, but stylistically, this really makes me think of the 90s. So, excited about that. Going along with lemons, did I mention, I mean, how many, I bought a bunch of these and haven't shown them because I was almost still ashamed by how much I'd randomly bought stuff. But anyway, Erin Elizabeth Designs, Zest for Life. I thought this one was really cute. And so again, this is 89 by 134, like slightly smaller. It's really, I mean, I don't know how big it'll be when I'm done, but I want to do some smaller stuff that can get done in a year. So this really talked to me for that. I don't know if I should start this one this year or not, but I'm not the only person with the stocking remaining in my house. I got this is the Sleigh Ride at Dusk stocking, Dimensions Gold collection. Got this one off Amazon. I know it's the old packaging, but it's still there, so readily attainable. This one, again, it's for my husband, but I would like to start it this year. I do not expect to finish it this year. See, trying to be realistic. And then the last three, yeah, I'm basically have plans to try to start 12, but I'm not going to do like 12 a month. Again, I have room right now for a couple starts. I said 2 project bags that are open. Really just have to source material. The problem is I've been trying to stay from sourcing material because I'm going to buy all the things. Trying to avoid that. Anyway, I had picked this up. This is the Governor's Palace in Williamsburg, Virginia. I had visited Liberty Hill Needleworks. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. It was a day trip, and so I stopped in there in Williamsburg, went ahead, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. So they had a whole bunch of these like they were model stitches on the wall, and absolutely gorgeous. So this was kind of also going along with a Americana theme, but you know, it's Colonial Williamsburg, close enough. Not Americana. For my trip to New Orleans in October, I had shown you the South Battery view. I got this from the Quarter Stitch. It was in stock. This is the one they shipped me because I wanted the companion piece and it was even more beautiful. So I'm going to start this one maybe later this year. This is it's further down the list of things that I'm interested in, but I can't stop thinking about it. So I'm hoping that if good, get there. Okay. And the last, still in that slightly Americana theme, I had gotten the Stony Creek collection, God Bless America, and specifically I got it for this piece here on the bottom. So I do want to start this one, and in a world where I actually am focused, I would like to get this one done by July 4th, 2026. And I say that, and I've now cursed myself to not start it at all this year. But, I don't know. It's, like I said, I have a lot of, like, really cool stuff. Like, for something like a booklet like this, so they have the 4 flags. The price point, I could justify even for just one. I have never stitched a Stony Creek before, but I do like their booklets. The charts themselves they're done up on computers, so this is definitely nicer than some of my like old books from high school, which are definitely like hand-drawn charts. I don't know. I mean, I will say that I feel like they're definitely like great for the price point, and I mean, $11 for this, and Lord knows I've paid more than that for patterns that may or may never get done up. So at least I intend to do this one. That's kind of my goal as far as starts. I have things that I want to finish. They're pretty much, you've heard them all. I mean, you've seen them. I've been pretty good about bringing all my whips out this year. I think the only one that didn't get touched is Family Patchwork Sampler, which may or may not get touched in the foreseeable future. I don't know. That'll be on next week's whip parade. But in the meantime, I mean, like I said, I'm really trying to find the time to sit down, stitch. The Daily 30 has been really helpful. And then having like just a piece every single day that I pick up, and I don't have to do the same piece like 2 days in a row, but I give myself that room. And sometimes I'll write down, hey, these are the 2 pieces I think I want. I don't make the decision. I write it down, but then I don't make the call until I sit down and it's like, what's talking to me? And it's usually going to be one or the other of those. I haven't had a day, I've been doing this now for 2 weeks. I have not had a day where I said, I don't want to do either of these. So we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, this is, I mean, my plans involve starting things and finishing things. So hopefully it goes well. But I don't know. Come along with me, see what I get done. Like I said, I got 6 done last year, so hopefully this year will be better. I'm aiming for 10 finishes. I just don't know which 10 they're going to be yet. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Bye.